When the time came to make second visits to the narrowed down list of CCRCs that my parents were interested in, I had a conflict. I wasn't able to go. So my brother went along with them. And the night before, my brother, who's a really smart doctor, called me and said, "I don't know what to ask about the money." So he and I went over a list of questions that he should ask so that we had full information about the financial side of the CCRC. First, you want to determine whether this is a purchase, whether you're buying a condo or a piece of real estate with a title changing hands, or whether it's a rental, or whether it's something in between. And a big part of that consideration is when at the end of the time when the condo or apartment, whatever it is needed, is there a refund? Is there money that comes back, 100%, 90%, 80% back? Or is there a sale that needs to happen, depending on whether there's demand for that particular type of apartment? And what these CCRCs tend to fall into is the group where you put in a big chunk of money at the beginning, and that either buys or leases long-term. Maybe it's a bungalow, then maybe it turns into an apartment, then maybe it turns into assisted living, and then maybe it turns into a nursing home bed or room. Or the other ones, there tends to be a higher kind of rental fee as you go on, almost like you're renting from the beginning. Make sure you find out what proportion of the payment could be considered for medical care. The reason for that is if you made a big upfront down payment and part of it qualifies as a medical expense, that might be sufficient to overcome the threshold to deduct it on your taxes in that 1 year. Also, you want to know how can those fees change over time? Are there cost of living increases? Are there inflation increases? If you buy more meals on the meal plan, if you get additional services in your independent living, how are the costs associated with that going to increase? When you move on to an assisted living situation, what are the cost increases there? What if only one member of a couple needs to move to assisted living but the other doesn't? What happens there? How does the CCRC handle those transitions that you can envision in the future? The last thing to make sure you check when you're looking at your CCRCs is there a way to get on a waiting list? They have a waiting list and it's 5 years long. Put down your deposit money now to make sure you have that as an option in the future. They're all different. They all have different plans. None are inherently better than the other, but some might be more suitable. So it's important to get all the details so you can know what to expect going forward. If you'd like to see the full list and more, go to our website or click on the link below.